So this is a Vinland Saga video, and then this is a follow-up video on what we watched the other day. So this one's a 14-minute video. This is a 7-minute video. Let's watch this one. This is a Vinland Saga video, so you know it's gonna be a dub. How 4 words changed millions of people, and I'm one of those millions of people. Chat. I'm one of those millions of people because I have no enemies. I have no enemies. Let's watch this one. This one's gonna be a good video.
I have no enemies. A simple phrase that has taken over meme culture and has impacted millions of people over the past month or so. If you're not well versed in anime, this saying comes from the show called the Vinland Saga, and honestly, it's become one of my favorite animes over the last few years. But why would a 4-word phrase resonate with so many people? I think I may know the answer to that. Although on the surface it's just a meme, I genuinely think there's truth behind that statement.
Now, actually, like a couple months ago, yeah, I did see this. Like, it started to invade more of meme culture, and a lot of people were hopping on that trend of like the philosophy that, you know, I have no enemies. You have to watch Vinland Saga. Noah, did you get to the part yet? Have you even gotten to the part? You got to get to the part. We have no enemies. Exactly. We have no enemies. But like, did you get to the part though?
Changed the philosophies of many people. The main reason it could be popular is because of the villain arc. The villain arc is a phase people enter for the following reasons: a heartbreak, a betrayal, or some sort of bullying. Usually a response to being treated.
Oh, he's speaking to me right now, guys. He said heartbreak. He's speaking to me right now.
People call nowadays a get back. In the so-called villain arc, people either go to the gym to improve their physiques and looks, or they take their jobs more seriously in order to increase their wealth and to make money moves, all in response to flex on an ex in order to get their vengeance on those who wronged them. It is true that a villain arc does encourage an individual to become more productive. There's no debate on that. But how long...
The villain arc. We don't need CC. Me? I've never gone through a villain arc, and I don't need a villain arc because I have no enemies. It's a must? No, it's not a must. I can skip my villain arc, and I can go straight into the hero arc.
Fast forward. That rage can't last forever. Is it good temporary fuel for some motivation? Absolutely, sure. But newsflash, Becky isn't going to care about you leveling up forever. She's probably focused on getting new D from Kyle and Devin down the street or something. Trust me, I know. Eventually, you'll move on and lose those feelings of resentment towards those who have hurt you. How will you feel then? Most people tend to get stuck after losing that revenge drive. Almost as if they don't know what to do. That's where
Thorfinn had a villain arc, but I'm not Thorfinn though. I just have no enemies. I never said I was Thorfinn. Oh shit. Where
the phrase, I have no enemies, comes into play. This statement is one that allows people to remain at peace, allowing people to have a serenity in the midst of storms and chaos. When we aren't pursuing revenge against others and focusing on ourselves and individual growth, we're content with personal effort and advancement. Rather, we don't allow our circumstances to dictate our mood, but we choose to focus on what we can control and what to do next in our life. The man who originally said this quote is Thors, and if you know him, he's the strongest in the Vinland Saga. If you follow this,
I don't know why he keeps calling it the Vinland Saga, it's just called Vinland Saga.
Story, you'd also know that this man had ops left and right. Everyone had a bounty on his head, and yet he was calm. What made him have such a philosophy when he had nothing but enemies? Well, I think it's more so a mindset. I think it's safe to say that everyone has encountered some sort of...
And like even before I watch Vinland Saga, I've always been into philosophy, and I actually, sounds cringe, but I read books. Yes, chat, I read books. I mean, I don't really like to read like fictional books that like with like stories and stuff. I like to like read books. If I'm gonna read a book, I want to learn something. I want to get something out of it, not just like a story. Like if I want to be entertained, I'd watch a damn movie, or I'd watch a damn show, or play a video game. If I'm gonna read a book, I need to put like the time that I put into a book. I need something out of it. I need to learn some sort of lesson. So I read books, mainly about philosophy, and that kind of stuff is pretty interesting to me. It's not interesting to everybody, but to have no enemies, you must know how it was to have enemies and let it go. Even Thor's had enemies, but let it go. That's how you get to have no enemies.
Opposition within their lifetime. However, I think Thor's approaches this with a pacifist mindset. I mean, obviously we've had some enemies, but we shouldn't have to be in opposition first. I think a quote from Tupac can explain this a bit better. He said, "Just because you lost me as a friend doesn't mean you gained me as an enemy. I'm bigger than that. I still want to see you eat, just not at my table." This quote is amazing as it gives insight on how we should live and treat each other. There's just gonna be people that we don't like, and that's totally normal. You can't like everyone, and not everyone is going to like you. However, just because we have differences in personality and ideology does not mean that we have to hate each other. We can still wish the best for each other and coexist without having to interact. Now, I ain't saying don't fight back against resistance when those occurrences happen. No, don't do that. But there are a few things that we should do instead. If something ain't a big deal, turn the other cheek. Don't hold something against someone if it's small. Just move on.
This guy's spitting right now, guys. I don't know if you guys are like relating to this at all. This guy's spitting right now, quite frankly.
And don't be petty. Also, better yourself for you. Level up and become the best version so that you can live life at peace. Not to get back at anyone, not to be vengeful, not to hold hatred in.
Yeah, you should better yourself for yourself, not for other people. I would say when I first started YouTube and when I first started working out, I didn't do it for myself. When I first started YouTube, I wanted to just prove my dad wrong. And when I first started working out, I started working out because everybody just kept calling me skinny in my entire life. So I want to prove them all wrong. But like once you start doing it, and at that point, that's probably my villain arc. But I'm over that now. Now I do YouTube, and now I go to the gym for myself. I don't really do it for anybody else. Because once you do something long enough, if you're gonna do it if you're doing something to prove somebody wrong, or if you're doing it for somebody else, eventually you're gonna get burnt out and you're gonna want to stop. But if you do it for yourself and you want to keep improving in the thing that you're trying to improve in, you're gonna always want to keep going. You want to prove to yourself that you can get better.
In your heart, but for you to simply improve from yesterday. Let me use myself as an example. In 2020, I began posting YouTube videos. People thought I was insane for even starting. I'm thankful for the few college friends that supported me at first, but I got so much doubt from peers left and right. You'd never make it. YouTube is too hard. Bro, it's too late to start a channel now, blah blah blah, the usual. At first, I wanted to be vengeful. I wanted to be like, yeah, I'll prove them all wrong one day. I'll be the biggest YouTuber ever and I'll rub it in their faces, all of them. Then they'll have no choice but to recognize me. But after a while, I lost all that resentment within myself because it goes away after so long. All that drive to get revenge disappears and now I'm back to normal. What's gonna push me to make videos now? What'll be my motivation if that motivation disappears? I had to step back and reflect on my own character. What should truly push me for success? Should it be others' opinions that push me forward, or should it just be myself? I just want to be good at YouTube for me, not them. I want to be someone's favorite YouTuber one day, but I'm not going to play this whole villain role to achieve that goal that I have. I'm going to do it for myself, so that my younger self...
Is bro wearing gloves while he's holding his diamond plaque? Respect though. Dude, my plaque, by the way, my silver plaque that I have is so dirty, has so many fingerprints on it. Actually, my silver plaque is on the ground over here. It's not even hung up or anything. Like, this is how little I care about, like, the YouTube plaque and shit. Like, it's just... Here, look at this, chat. That's my YouTube plaque. It's just on the ground. It's just sitting on the ground. I just do this because I have fun. I don't really care about anything else. I mean, maybe the 1 million plaque will hit a little different, but I don't know. When I first got my plaque, I was like, oh, great, cool. It's a plaque, cool.
I can be proud of who I am today. I've made wonderful progress with my channel so far, and I thank God that I'm finally starting to get somewhere after so many years. I've had my highs and my lows, but in a way, I'm grateful for it because it kept me humble throughout my journey. You know what? Let me bring you into my personal life for a second so that I can drive the point home. The past 6 months in my life have been some of the hardest for your boy, and life has completely fallen apart. Lost my job, some close relationships, and motivation to make videos. I ever so wanted to take revenge, to get back at these people, prove these people wrong, but all that anger quickly changed to depression. I realized that I didn't have hate for these people, but that I kinda hated myself. I hated how my life drastically changed for the worse practically overnight and felt powerless about it. It was unfair. I stopped going to the gym, posting videos, talking to my family, and would just wallow at home. In my mind, it was as if the people that did me wrong won and I accepted defeat. It was then I remembered that quote of having no enemies. It changed my outlook and perspective.
Adventure Time, dub show, by the way, dub ass show.
I'm not going to waste my time proving others wrong.
Revenge just makes you stay in the place you started. I mean, I wouldn't say revenge just makes you stay in the place you started, but you don't grow mentally. Maybe you'll grow, like, physically. Because, I mean, when I first started YouTube and when I first started working out, it was, like, almost out of revenge. But as you keep going, like, you don't really grow mentally. And I feel like growing mentally is like, the end-all, be-all. I feel like that's, like, the goal of life, is to just improve. Like, to just improve your way of thought and to improve yourself. To prove yourself wrong, that you can actually do better than what you thought. But, yeah, no, definitely, like, what he's saying, like happiness does come from within, bro. Like, You know, when I first started YouTube, I was like, you know what, chat, I was like, oh, when I have 100,000 subscribers, oh, I'm gonna be making so much money, I'm gonna be so happy, I'm gonna be a famous YouTuber, all this and that. I'm at 100,000. I'm just still a normal dude, just in my room talking to myself. Nothing has changed. I'm not any happier. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm not happier than I was before, but like for different reasons. Because the fact that I got 100,000 subscribers was satisfying, but it doesn't make me any happier than when I had like 1 subscriber. Like I'm not like I don't really care that I have 100,000 subscribers. I'll be honest. I'm impressed with I'm more impressed with myself that I can reach that goal instead of it being like happy. Or like when you go buy a new thing, when you buy external objects, you may be happy in the moment, but that happiness wears off. Like all this manga back here. Look at all this manga, right? Look at all this manga is well worth over $1,000. At the time when I was buying it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the biggest manga collector ever. I love collecting manga. Oh, it's so satisfying. I regret buying all that shit. It was a waste of money. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a waste of money. So like, don't let external things don't think that external things can make you happy, because it's not. Happiness is truly within you already. You just have to find it. And that's what I think life is. I think life is more of like a mental journey. Sell it? I'm thinking about it, Noah. Honestly, I'll sell you. Actually, no. The one thing I do want to keep is Berserk and Naruto. Everything else, I don't mind. You already have Tokyo Ghoul. I have all Tokyo Ghoul. And I'll keep Dragon Ball. I have all Dragon Ball. Everything else, though, I don't really care about. Boruto, get that shit out of my face. Hey, just saying you can give me some of the manga if you don't want it. I'd sign it. I'd sign it for you guys.
Proving myself right. Proving that I can achieve my goals. For me, not them. I believe that in order to reach that mindset, you shouldn't even label them as enemies. Perhaps they're obstacles that get in your way of what you want, but don't give them that power over you. Don't let people control your emotions and thoughts to the point that they live rent-free in your mind. Your mind is your strongest weapon and something that you have 100% control over. Also, I think life is too short for that. Life should be fun and positive, not worrisome and combative. Sure, we should fight for things that we love and care about, but not to the point that we engage and fight with others all the time. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Sorry if I got too personal, I was just trying to get my point across. But I want the best for you kings, as I usually say. Live life and love yourselves. Don't get caught up with people that antagonize and oppose you. They may exist, but don't let them bring the negative emotions from you. Don't let them be the ones to control and
dub anime, by the way. Mob Psycho's a dub anime. My favorite anime of all time.
Terms and choose to react to any situations the way you deem as fit. Life is too short to be consumed by negativity and thoughts. If there's any person on the planet that you should live for, it should be yourself. It's your life, right? In the words of A$AP Rocky, create, explore, expand, conquer. Not for anyone else, but for yourself, King. I think that's all I got for you today. So keep doing you and
that was a dub video.
Because at the end,
that was a dub ass video, bro. Shout out to King Theodore. He deserves more subs, bro. That was a dub. That was a dub.